What's up guys, Boule Doyan Motor. So I'm gonna explain you why did I choose the Kawasaki Versys X 250 Tourer as my new bike. So what was the process of decision? You know that I'm living in Bali and I was looking for a bike that can allow me to ride everywhere in Bali and even all around Indonesia if I wanted to tour or if I wanted to explore more Indonesia. So I needed the bike that could go everywhere and even going sometime off-road or on very bad terrain. So I start to look for several bikes, and I remember 2 years ago when the Versys 250 was launched. I tried it because it was and it was the first one of the genre. It was the first adventure bike, low cc bike, and the first time I tried it I was disappointed. I mean, honestly, I was expecting so much about that bike and I was disappointed because I didn't expect it that they will put the two-cylinder from the Ninja, and then the character of the engine was not what I was expecting for an adventure bike. I was expecting more of a thump, you know, like more of a thumper, like a one-cylinder, you know. And then I did a second test of that bike, longer this time, and that's where I start to appreciate that bike, because I realized that she was a great tourer. Like, you have no vibrations, suspension is okay, riding position is great because you are very high, so I can see way ahead what's going on. I have good protection, good wheel protection, and the equipment of this bike is just perfect for the tourer. We have the crash bar, we have the extra lamp, the fog lamp, we have the central stand, we have the pannier and the bracket for the rear box, the handguard. I mean, the bike is complete, and even the power outlet for charging your phone. So the bike is really complete for doing touring. And this twin cylinder, you have to rev it up to get power out of it, so just like a Ninja, just like you will do on a sport bike, but they modified a little bit the gearing, and we have more torque at low RPM, because you can see I'm breaking down the bike now because she's 46 km only, and I allow myself to go to 5,000 to 6,000 RPM to do it smoothly for the first 1,000 km, and then after that, after the first change of oil, we will play more with it, because this bike really expresses herself between 8 to 12,000 RPM or even 14,000, just like a Ninja does. And which make it for the road a very nice bike to ride. The second bike that I have tried in that gender was the Honda CRF 250 Rally, and I loved it. The Honda CRF 250 Rally was impressive. She was really a trail bike. She could go really off-road, but in Indonesia she lacked a lot of safety feature, like for example the ABS. This one, the Kawasaki Versys Tourer, has the ABS standard, and the CRF 250 Rally doesn't have it in Indonesia. So I could feel that the CRF 250 Rally on the asphalt was not behaving the way I wanted. because without ABS and very high, very soft suspension, that bike was great for off-road, but not so on pavement. And also the single cylinder, I know it very well. I loved it. I mean, I had two CBR 250R ABS, both of them, and I loved the single cylinder 250cc from Honda. That's exactly the one they have in the CRF 250 Rally. But I was thinking the CRF also has another problem for me. It has only a 10 liter capacity tank, gas tank, where the Versys has 17 liter, and you can see I can do easily 500 kilometers with the Versys with one full tank, which for a bike made for touring is what you expect, because you never know where you can find good quality gas. Then I was expecting the V-Strom Suzuki 250, but in Indonesia she never went out, and I don't think she will. Then I tried the VR Vortex 250 single cylinder, an engine that I know very well because I used to have a bike that was sharing the same engine. But the problem with the Vortex was the cheap quality finishing, and I had problem with that engine on one of my previous bike on the gearbox, and I couldn't really trust it. Then was going out the famous BMW G310 GS, and then I love that bike, really, everything, single cylinder 310cc, a lovely bike, really a lovely bike. But that bike in Indonesia, ABS you can switch off. I mean, everything was just amazing. ABS you can switch off, great power, great behavior on the asphalt and the off-road capabilities. I even said in that video on that test ride that was for me the best bike for Bali. But the problem, and it was the main one, was the price. Where the Versys Tourer is at 79 million with ABS, central stand, I mean everything you need, the Pioneer, everything. The BMW is just the double price. It's 155 million rupiah. I mean, it's just like you can buy two Versys for one BMW. So it's just like, doesn't make sense. And then also the second part that was not making sense was that the BMW at 155 million rupiah was very close to the price, or 150 million, I mean I have to check, but I mean whatever, it was double the price of the Versys anyway, and it was very close to the price of the CB, the Honda CB500X, which was at 155, but now is at 166 or 67. And it doesn't make sense. Like, would you choose a 300cc or a 500? Well, I will choose the Honda in that case. Like, if I wanted to put so much money in the bike, then I would take the CB, the 500X, no problem. And then finally they launched the Royal Enfield, the Himalayan 411cc, and I tried it, and I can tell you honestly, I even went to the dealer and I was ready to take one. The price is 99 million rupiah, 100 let's say. So I was thinking, okay, I can stretch my budget to take this one. And I was thinking I will just get bored with that bike. The Royal Enfield Himalayan, the problem was that, okay, it's a single cylinder, it's funny, it has an image, like it's a Royal Enfield, it has some history attached to it and everything. But I was thinking, I will just get bored. This single cylinder from Royal Enfield, I mean, is shaking the hell out of you at 100 km/h. I was thinking, what I'm going to do with that? Doesn't make any sense. It's not my riding style. Because I still like to rev up and enjoy the bike. So I was thinking, if I take the Royal Enfield, it's gonna be very boring. I mean, that bike after 100 km/h, she's not fun anymore. So I was afraid to just get bored on that bike. So then I came back to the idea of this Versys 250 X Tourer with ABS, because also I have to be honest with myself first, the way I'm riding and what I do with the bike. I have to be honest with myself because I ride mainly, I will say 99% on the asphalt, and 1% is off-road. And even if I start to explore more with this bike, it will be what, 5% off-road, 10% off-road, and the rest will be on the road. So what do I need? If I need to switch off the ABS on that bike, when I'm off-road, I just have to take off the fuse. Then I don't have ABS on the bike. Then when I go back on the asphalt, I put back the fuse. Or I will have to install a switch on off for the ABS. We'll see. But and then also I was thinking, well, if I take the Versys, it has already panniers. I can do the groceries with this because that's what I do very often with my bike. I mean, I have to be realistic. I'm going to make the groceries, so I have to be realistic. I need the bike to be a mix of everything. And that's the main reason why I finally choose the Versys X 250. And for now, I'm very happy with it. And I hope I will give you great content and great adventure to watch on the channel with that bike. So that's it, guys. See you. Bye-bye. So, this is what I bought for the bike, so it will not be too hot, and if it's raining also I will not have my bum wet. I can show you how it is. See how it is, very simple thing that you attach, and then actually it makes it even more comfortable. And I wanted to show you also this compartment. This is up, little toolbox, very nice attention there. Hop, put it back. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, it makes it more comfortable.